but me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to this Louie T Network exclusive money picks of the week number 9 edition. This is the week where I got to start turning things around, and I feel really good about this week. Now, I will say this is a tough week, and I won't be surprised if this goes sideways like the first 8 weeks have for me pretty much. It won't shock me because there's so many unknowns still left to be determined, and I just, for whatever reason, have ended up on the wrong side of a lot of these games, and it could very well happen again. But I feel like I got a good handle on what's going to transpire this week. I think I got a good handle on what these teams are and what to expect this Sunday. But with the NFL, you know what it is. Expect the unexpected. So here's goes nothing, okay? Let's start off. So I'm off on the right foot. I picked Pittsburgh to win. They got it done on Thursday night. So off to a 1-0 start. Only 14 games on the slate this week. So it is imperative that you find a way to limit the amount of losses because there isn't that built-in cushion of 16 games to keep you, above double-digit wins on the week. So I got to be clean, man. I got to be clean. And starting off with on the right foot on Thursday was big. Now, we move on to Sunday's action, and we start over in Germany. And this is a big one, right? 6-2 Miami Dolphins, 6-2 Kansas City Chiefs. It's a big one. And I don't know, man. The Chiefs looked really bad last week. Mahomes, I think he was dealing with the illness, and it was family business, and you know how that goes. The Dolphins haven't beat anybody worth a damn this season, and so there's that narrative. Something's got to give. I tend to side with the team that I can trust, and the Chiefs have been in enough of these battles. They've been in enough of these big time contests to know what needs to be done to be victorious. And so the Dolphins, this is a statement game for them. This is an opportunity to prove that, hey, we're not the same old Dolphins. I've heard fans complain about, hey, it's the same Dolphins. They're gonna flop in December. They can't beat any good teams. They're soft. Yada yada yada. This is an opportunity to go against the grain and defeat that narrative. The Chiefs are actually good defensively this season. They actually look better defensively than they do offensively right now. But that's nor here nor there. When it's all said and done, I just trust Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Steve Spagnuolo. And when it's all said and done, I see them getting it done over in Germany to go to 7-2 and remain the best team or one of the best teams in the AFC. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs to start off my Sunday action. We then head to Atlanta, to the A, where the Minnesota Vikings, the Kirk Cousins-less Minnesota Vikings, will probably be sporting some Joshua Dobbs action, taking on the now Taylor Heineke-led Atlanta Falcons. I will admit, I'm a Taylor Heineke fan. That's my guy, Old Dominion alum and former commander. So I'm rooting for him secretly. And so I just expect them to find a way to get it done. They're the better team right now without Kirk Cousins, no Justin Jefferson. I just think it's too much to overcome. Give me the Falcons at home to win their first game with Taylor Heineke as their starter. Chicago at New Orleans. Look, the Saints are the better team in this game. They don't always play like it. The Bears had this magical carpet ride for a week with Tyson Bagent. That came crashing down last week. Maybe they get back to it this week. Maybe they don't. I'm just going to roll with the Saints. They're at home. They're the better team. They should win this game. And if they don't, it wouldn't shock me because the Saints have let me down so many times this season already. But they're at home. And if they're serious about winning the division, it's there for the taking. They're 4-4. They're tied atop the division with Atlanta, who I just said is going to beat Minnesota. You better beat a downtrodden Chicago Bears football team. Give me the Saints at home to go marching in. Rams at Packers. This is one of those games that just pisses me off to no end because I can't win these types of games for some reason this year. These coin flip games between two bad teams, I just Stafford just why couldn't he be healthy and make it easy on me? Him not practicing all week and him being a game time decision, he's probably not going to play. In my mind, I somehow convinced myself he was going to play. And, you know, the old tough Matthew Stafford of Detroit, he's 89 years old now. That guy's gone, okay? You're talking about 26-year-old Matthew Stafford that would power through injuries. This guy's 39 years old. Okay, I don't know how old he is. He's old as shit, though. I know that, and that's why he's probably not going to play in this game. And the Packers, although they stink, whomever's playing at quarterback for the Rams stinks worse. And I'm probably going to lose this game. But I told you last week, and I'm a man of my word, I said if the Packers didn't get it done last week at home against Minnesota, I was done with them. Of course, they didn't get it done last week at home against Minnesota. So I'm done with them. Get them the hell out of here. Give me the Rams. I just pray whomever starts at quarterback, whether it's a banged up Stafford or some Joe Schmo, whomever starts gets it done and gets me the dub. I could see myself losing that game, however. I got the Rams on the road there. Washington at New England. For me, Washington is the better team. I feel like there's been so much surrounding this game, or not this game, excuse me, this team after the two trades they made on Tuesday. Everyone thinks they punted on the season and thinks that they're a much worse team, much worse defense, etc., etc. And now they're being viewed as a team that is essentially punting on this season. I don't think that's the case. And I think they're going to make a statement on Sunday against these New England Patriots who aren't very good, who have struggled to score points this season. They lost their best receiver in Kendrick Bourne. Devontae Parker, their other receiver, is out. So you're essentially relying on all the tight ends, and you're relying on Douglas, the rookie wide receiver. I like Washington's chances in this game to get it done. Give me the Commanders on the road to take care of the New England Patriots. Seattle Seahawks at the Baltimore Ravens. This is an intriguing game. Seahawks haven't been as sharp the last few weeks, but they found a way to win each of the last 2 weeks at home, albeit. On the road a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, they struggled in the red zone and lost to Cincinnati. I could see something similar to that happening. They're a lot healthier now than they were then, but still, the Ravens are playing such good football, but every time I start buying Baltimore, they do some crazy shit that throws me for a loop. We'll see if they're going to continue to play the consistent football that's led them to a 6-2 start this season and put them in the driver's seat in the AFC North. Honestly, the Ravens should be 8-0 right now. The 2 games that they've lost, they had no business losing. They should be perfect on the season, but that's nor here nor there. Take care of business at home against a Seattle Seahawks team that has been struggling offensively of late. See if you can't get it done. I'll take the Ravens at home to continue to play good football and win against the Seahawks. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Houston Texans. This is another coin flip game, and I've been on the wrong side of these. And you know what? I've been on the wrong side of these with Houston. And I don't know if I just haven't learned my lesson yet or what the case is. I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep going against Houston at home, and they've been really good at home this season. You know, they drubbed the Steelers, or not the Steelers, the Saints. Well, not the Saints. I thought they beat somebody up pretty good at home. 30-6, I thought it was. I don't remember. I know they beat up somebody good. I know they went to Jacksonville and smacked them around, and they beat the Saints, right? So they've played some good football. Most of it has come at home, and I wouldn't be shocked if they did it again here. However, it might have been the other way around. They might have been the one drubbed by Pittsburgh. Either way, I know this much. Tampa Bay plays an aggressive style of defense under head coach Todd Bowles. That kind of defense could give a young quarterback like C.J. Stroud trouble. If not, if Stroud can identify where the pressure is coming from, get rid of the football, get it into playmakers' hands, I could see them winning this game because their defense is good enough to do the exact same thing to Baker Mayfield. That's a struggling, very offensive, deficient team over there in Tampa Bay. They don't score a lot of points. They rely on their defense to keep games close and give them a shot to win at the end. I could see that's the kind of game I expect. But whoever turns it over the least is going to win this game. I'm banking on Baker Mayfield protecting the football, punting if need be, and I'm banking on C.J. Stroud turning it over twice, and that's going to give the Buccaneers the edge on the road. Give me Tampa Bay to go into Houston and beat the Texans. I may regret that. We'll see. Arizona Cardinals at the Cleveland Browns. Here's another game that has me somewhat questionable as to the decision that I've made. Kyler Murray is listed as questionable. He could play in this game. What does that mean? I don't know. But I do know that the Browns defensively have been excellent this season, right? However, Deshaun Watson may play, he may not play. He hasn't been good anyway. So whether it's Watson or it's P.J. Walker, whomever's been under center for them at quarterback has stunk this season. So I really don't know if Kyler Murray plays, if it'll have the impact that it could, because if he comes out and he's guns a-blazing and he's got that offense firing, because if you've watched Arizona this year, they've been doing some good things offensively, and they just need that extra added oomph from the quarterback position. Murray could provide that, and all of a sudden they could go into Cleveland and win. That's very possible, and it's got me nervous. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm sticking to my guns. I think one more week Kyler Murray's going to be out. They're going to start Clayton Tune this week. That's my guess. That's what I hope. Okay, that's not my guess. That's what I hope. Okay. Meanwhile, I don't really give a damn who starts for Cleveland. Just don't turn the ball over. If you just take care of the football and let the defense do what they can do, you should win this game. Give me the Browns at home to take care of the Arizona Cardinals. But I'd be lying to you if I told you I was 100% confident about that. Indianapolis at Carolina. Here's where, things settle in a little bit. Carolina stinks, and they can't score points, and they don't do a good job of protecting their first round number one overall pick, Bryce Young. And so, they don't separate at the receiver position. They struggle to, do the little things correct. I expect them to struggle again in this game. And furthermore, even though the Indianapolis Colts have been turning it over like crazy of late, they're the only team in the NFL to score 20 or more points in all 8 of their contests this season, which leads me to believe that they're going to do it again in this game. Now, Carolina's defense is stingy. It's a very stingy unit, and I could see them forcing turnovers, putting the clamps on Gardner Minshew, and all of a sudden that streak is snapped in this game. But my guess is they'll continue the streak, and if they get to 20, that's enough to beat Carolina. They struggle to score every single week. So I'll take the Colts on the road. Again, I wouldn't be shocked if Carolina won this game. This is why this week is so tough, because it could go either way in a lot of these games. But going to go with the Indianapolis Colts. I'd rather go with the devil I know than the devil I don't know. Giants at the Raiders. I've explained this ad nauseum. I've got a philosophy when it comes to an interim head coach. Always pick the team with an interim head coach that very first game after the change is made. There's this ridiculous boost of morale for the team, and they go out there and they play exceptional football for a week, and usually it ends in that team winning the game. Now, usually the bottom falls out of that thing eventually, and they come crashing back down to earth, and you realize, oh yeah, that's why they made the coaching change. But for a week, they have superpowers, all right? And they're superhuman, and they don't make mistakes, and they do the little things right, and they score points, and they win the game, and that's what usually happens, and that's what's going to happen here. I'll take the Vegas Raiders in week number 9 over the Giants. I think Daniel Jones is back. They can't score any points, whether Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, or Tommy DeVito's in the starting lineup. They stink on offense. The Raiders aren't actually that bad on defense, and I don't know who's playing quarterback. I don't care who's playing the quarterback. Yes, I do. It can't be Billy Ho. Anybody but him. I think they're going to start the rookie, Aiden O'Connell. Good. Let him go out there, have a blast. The Giants have been playing really good defense of late. That could be problematic if it is Aiden O'Connell. But shit, what is Jimmy G going to do? Turn it over 15 times anyway? Let the young boy do it. If he's going to turn it over, let the young boy turn it over. I like the Raiders because they made the coaching change. Antonio Pierce gets his first win as a coach in this league. Give me the Vegas Raiders. Now, this is where shit gets interesting. These last 3 games are stupid. Dallas at Philadelphia. Wow. NFC East family business. If these 2 teams said they ain't did it, then they ain't did it. But if they did, well, that's NFC East family business, and this is of the utmost importance. All right? Only the big lieutenants are in the meeting for this family business right here. And, man, I can't wait to watch this one. So, I wish this was on Sunday night so I could just focus in on this game. But I'll tell you this. The Eagles, if Jalen Hurts is able to be upright and they can protect him and he doesn't have to run around like a chicken with his head cut off from this aggressive, fast, physical, ferocious Cowboys defense, the Eagles will win the game. All right? However, I've watched the Eagles. My team played against them last week. Jalen Hurts is not right. And whether they try to tell you that he is, whether he's on the injury report or not, he's not right. And unfortunately for Washington, they couldn't take advantage of him being hobbled and not being able to move as effectively as he usually is able to do. The Cowboys, however, don't lack in that department. They'll get after him. They'll make him uncomfortable. They'll force him to have to move. And if he can't move, they're in trouble. We've seen Jalen Hurts under duress and some of the questionable decisions he's made this season. That's why he's one of the leaders in the league in interceptions this season. So we know he'll turn it over. And he's been fumbling too. So if they can protect him, they can run the football against Dallas, control the line of scrimmage, they'll win the football game. And that's what the Eagles are good at, right? Their defense, not good. Okay, Philadelphia's defense is not good. And maybe it was just they struggle with Washington. And sometimes styles make fights, and Washington just may have the Eagles' number defensively, right? But we saw them play really good ball against the Dolphins. We'll see if they can do that. And the Cowboys' offense, last time I checked, isn't this offensive juggernaut. Don't let the points per game fool you. If you've been paying attention, defensive touchdowns, special teams have been chiming in, short fields, yada, yada, et cetera, et cetera. This Cowboys offense, on its own merit, hasn't been good, but last week was their best performance offensively. And so, with that said, with that in mind, I think Dallas wins this football game because I do think they're going to get after Jalen Hurts. I do think they're going to pressure him. Now, remember, last year the game plan to attack Micah Parsons was to run at him, right? With read option, using Hurts as a potential threat to pull it and run. They don't have that at their disposal this year. They can't run read option because Jalen Hurts isn't healthy. So they're going to have to formulate a plan to block 11 and all the other guys that are dynamic on that line, and they're going to have to find a way to run the football, and that may be something they can do, right? We'll see. But if they can't win at the line of scrimmage, if they can't protect, if Hurts has to continue to move around, I think the Eagles are going to lose this football game. I'll take the Cowboys in this game to stun the Philadelphia Eagles and come within a half game of first place in the NFC East. Buffalo at Cincinnati. And I'm going to say this one more time. If Hurts is protected, they win the line of scrimmage, the Eagles are going to win that game. That's where it's going to come down to. Can they get to Hurts and force him into mistakes? If they can do that, they're going to win this game because I think the Eagles' defense is suspect. We'll see. Buffalo at Cincinnati, Sunday Night Football. What a game. 5-3 Bills, 4-3 Bengals. This one is big. This was the game last year that was supposed to be huge end of the season. And then, of course, we got the Damar Hamlin situation that was scary as hell. So this is Buffalo's first time returning to the scene of the crime. Now, remember, these two teams played in the playoffs, and Cincinnati systematically took apart Buffalo's defense and scattered the parts across the field in Orchard Park and said, hey, you figure this shit out. We're going on to the AFC Championship game. And so Bills players have been talking shit this week. They said they would have won the game if not for the snow, which is crazy because you play in Orchard Park, New York. Snow is supposed to be a part of who you are as your identity. It's supposed to be built into your DNA. And you're complaining about snow at home. Like, this wasn't a road game. This was your building. You know it snows in, upper New York, right? In January. And yet you weren't prepared. Whatever. There's a little trash talk going on between the two teams. I just think the Bengals have it going on right now. And the Bills have been Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. If the good Bills team shows up, they are capable of doing whatever the hell they want to do. But I haven't seen those guys in like 4 or 5 weeks. And to make matters worse, Cincinnati's playing their best football of the season. Joe Burrow is back. So is Jamar Chase. So is T. Higgins. So is Tyler Boyd. That defense has been good all season long. Louie Maruno has those boys flying around, making plays. I just like Cincinnati at home to continue to play the football that has led them to 4 straight victories and gotten them back over 500 for the first time this season. Give me Cincinnati at home to protect the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. I'll be taking Cincinnati. In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Monday Night Football. Chargers at Jets. This one stinks. Not because of the two teams in particular, but just because I don't like picking the Chargers to do anything. Last week, they were at home. It was the Bears. I felt safe. This week, they're on the road. It's the Jets. They play defense. This is the kind of team, just like Dallas a couple of weeks ago, this is the kind of team that they could lose to. And even though the Jets stink offensively, the Chargers have this innate ability to play down to the level of their competition. And when you have a defense like the Jets do, and they've had these ridiculous games this season where they've found ways to win. I still don't know how the Jets are 4-3 right now. The Jets don't even know how they're 4-3 right now. But what they've done, and Robert Saleh said this earlier this season, they've taken elite quarterbacks and they've reduced them to looking average to below average. Herbert could be next on the list. This makes me nervous. I hate doing this because I don't trust the Chargers at all, but I'm not giving up on the Chargers. A lot of people have. I am not one of them. I told you I thought they were going to beat Kansas City a few weeks ago. They didn't, of course, but they beat the Bears. They can beat this Jets team, and just like that, they're back to 500 at 4-4. And I think they're fully capable. I'm taking the Chargers reluctantly in a low-scoring affair, which never bodes well for the Chargers. But that's my gut. I'm sticking to it. I got an eerie feeling, though, the Jets are going to find a way to pull this thing out. 16-13. 17-16. Some foolishness like that on a late field goal. But I'm taking the Chargers. Pray for me. So, just to recap. Steelers, Chiefs, Falcons, Saints, Rams, Commanders, Ravens, Bucks, Browns, Colts, Raiders, Cowboys, Bengals, Chargers. Come on, Louie T. Get your shit together. This is the week. This is the week. It all comes together. I'm calling it now. I'm speaking it into existence. 11-3 for the kid this week. That's going to win me weekly pick'em pool, and that's going to get me to start striking in winners and losers. Be even better if I could go 12-2. Beggars can't be choosers. I'll take 11-3. Anyway, I digress. That's going to do it for me, your man Louie T, here on this Louie T Network exclusives, winners and losers, my money picks of the week. Week 9 edition. You know where to find me. Win, lose, or draw. I'll be back. I'll see you on Sunday for either the post-game live show, or I'll see you at the conclusion of that big game on Sunday night. Bills at the Bengals. Either way, I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good one.